Are you a multi-passionate person? Well, then we need to talk careers. You're not meant to follow the pack, and you need to know what kind of awesome potential you have in life because you, my friend, are a diamond in the rough. Do you consider yourself a multi-passionate person, a multi-potentialite, or a multi-hyphenate, or something similar? And you've always struggled with your place in the workforce and society's expectations for success when it comes to career. If you said yes, then firstly, I want you to know that I feel this in my soul because that's how I have always felt. And secondly, there is nothing wrong with you. You just have to get really knowledgeable about how you work and how to use your multi-passionate nature strategically in order to succeed in your own way. And spoiler, your path is probably not going to look like other people's paths. And if you want to learn more about how to do that and what success as a multi-passionate person looks like, then you're in the right place. So if you're new here, my name is Jenny, and I identify as a multi-potentialite and a creative and a nonlinear generalist thinker, which basically means that I'm not designed for career success in this modern world, at least not in the way that society expects me to be. And in the last few years, I've had to accept that the goal that I had been chasing in life was never a goal that was really meant for me in the first place. And it's hard to accept, but ultimately, I've been so much happier since letting go of the expectations that were weighing me down and putting me in positions that made me feel unfulfilled and dysregulated, underappreciated, and underutilized, and like I was just missing out on the life that I should have been living, where I was embracing my unique genius and blazing my own path based on what actually worked for me. And since giving up on the goal of having a traditionally successful corporate job that made me over $50,000 a year and came with insurance and all of the benefits, my goal in life has become so much more personal and meaningful to me. Now my aim is just to consciously create things that will guide and help others towards more fulfillment and satisfaction in life. And to do this in ways that allows me to express myself and my personality and my passions creatively and in a way that feels joyous and easeful to me. To me, expression and curiosity really are at the basis of everything that brings me joy and satisfaction in life, aside from basic things like spending time with my son and walking in nature and playing with my dogs and being in a hot bath with a glass of wine and a good book, you know. But when I realized that working a corporate job that I didn't really care about was not engaging my need for creative expression and my ability to pursue my curiosities and my many passions, and actually capping how far I could go in life by denying me the ability to do those things as part of my career, I really couldn't see my job and my purpose in the same way again. One of the things that I love most about myself is how versatile and varied my experience and skill set and knowledge base is. I have a lot of random things that I bring to the table. Really random. I have a master's degree in anthropology, for example. And honestly, people just don't know what to do with me most of the time. And it's not a job's fault that they've probably been designing roles for specialists. So when a generalist shows up who can probably pick up any skill or role they need covered and is inherently good at putting things together and seeing things at a higher level and recognizing patterns and problem solving, it's like they don't even know what to do with that person because their brain and the way that they work is going to be so different from everyone else there. And that's why multi-potentialites often become like the office fixer, the go-to person to pick up all the slack. They take on all the extra projects. They get things done while the other folks are heads down, just doing their job's basic functions. And a specialist they're really good at learning and executing specific actions and tasks, but generalists can probably do anything that you ask them to do. And because of this, we often get taken advantage of in the workforce, which is another reason why a traditional job may not feel good to you or even be in your best interest. I actually absorbed someone else's job once because I was doing mine so well and I'd shown them my flexibility and my ability to learn things really quickly. So when another team member had to leave, they actually just gave me all of her projects and responsibilities and then never replaced her. So that was fun. Did I get paid to do two people's workloads, you ask? I'll let you answer that for yourself, but no, of course not. Another struggle that multipotentialites have is that we often have shiny object syndrome. What can I say? We get distracted and excited by new interests really easily. I also am a late diagnosed ADHDer, so for me, this is particularly challenging. This can make it really hard for me to stay in one job for a long time. I've actually switched my entire career a couple times over, and I'm sure that my friends and my family probably think that I'm just some type of like fluke or a failure who can't stick it out in a job. But the truth is that once I realize that something is unfulfilling for me, it is too painful for me to keep going and doing it when I know that I could be doing something else that excites me so much more. I'm sure you've been there if you're still listening to this and you can relate to what I'm saying. So what do you do when you want to do so many things and you've tried and learned so many random skills and talents and there just doesn't seem to be a straightforward path for you in the modern workplace? Well, you have to stop trying to decide which one thing you're going to do with your life, first of all. When we're choosing careers coming out of school, you probably accepted this narrative that we all hear, that you have to train and then work in one field doing a specific job. You then probably looked for said job listings for that role and applied to all of the jobs you could find. And then you did that and rinsed and repeated it any time you were looking for a new job. And that's just what we do. But as someone with multiple passions and a wide array of skills and talents, you should not be limiting yourself to such a narrow scope of work. You need to map out everything that you do well and all of your niche areas of knowledge and talent, all of your interests, all of your passions, and then do some detective work by stepping back and taking that wider perspective that we're so good at having to see how they all connect. And maybe that looks like several different things you do that fall under a wider umbrella of a job that allow you to use different skill sets on different days when you're working on separate aspects of the job. Because there are careers where you have more freedom in how you approach what you do, and jobs where they need people to do a variety of things in their role. And some people's jobs are just to do the daily repetitive tasks, and other people's jobs might be the ones with bigger views of the systems and structures in their field or workplace, and to be that person who's ideating new initiatives and problem solving and guiding a lot of aspects of a project to help it succeed. I think a lot of project-based work specifically really needs multipotentialites to bring creativity and out-of-the-box thinking to how things can be done. Like in my current reality, I'm still working a project-based job where I get to use different skill sets of mine in various ways on a daily basis. I get to brainstorm and write and develop and create and design, even perform, and then edit and ideate and implement projects that I think are interesting and important. And then I also have a wider perspective about the overall needs and possibilities for the programs that I'm helping to develop with my team. This is pretty fulfilling to me, but then I also have freelance business on the side and my own passion projects and pursuits for all of the other things that I want to do and have excitement about. And my career, my job that I'm doing now, I actually found this career after doing the actual exercise that I just mentioned to narrow down all of the possible jobs that would incorporate a lot of my existing skills and talents. So I did that initial exercise, and then I did research on jobs that would allow me to do this and that and this and that. And I eventually found my current field, which is instructional design. And I was able to pivot from what I was doing before and really set myself up for the career change into this world and end up being successful in that shift. That being said, I know one day I'm gonna probably let this career go when I've been able to bring a more perfectly fitted, personalized business into the world and found success in that way. I'm always thinking about ways that I can shift and pivot and design a better daily life style and career for myself. That's just part of how my brain works. I will never stop thinking about how to make my career more fulfilling to me. And if that requires me to make major shifts or changes, I'm gonna figure out how to do it. Your best option, honestly, might just be to create your own path and design a business or a slew of offers and services that would allow you to use your various skills and interests in separate spheres. I've built both my day job and my side business around my ability to do that. And I really like having the flexibility to make money and spend my time doing things that I enjoy and have a unique ability to do at whatever level or capacity I can. Some days I don't want to do my freelance work, so I usually choose to set it aside and focus on another one of my passions and interests that day. And I think it's really important to not limit yourself with that thought that you're only supposed to have one job and that's all you can do with your life. No. People all over the world are waking up to this reality that we can do any number of things that can be as big or as little of a commitment as you want them to be. And they can all contribute to your overall development as a human and your career success and your happiness and your prosperity. In this new model of work, I think that multipotentialites will be set up for incredible success. If we can recognize that the way we operate in the world and the way our brains work can be an incredible asset if we approach work differently and design careers for ourselves that allow us to remain flexible and to utilize more than just one skill set all day long. So what I want you to try, if you are a multi-passionate who is unhappy with what you're doing right now, is just try something new. I'm not saying to quit your day job, do not do that, or change your life overnight, but take a look at the things that light you up. The skills that you have that could be useful to other people. They might solve problems other people have. Or maybe it's a creative endeavor that you really enjoy that other people might appreciate too. Pick one thing that you could try on a small scale and just do a little research to see how you could start offering it as a service or promoting your work or your art somewhere, or taking part in something in your community that allows you to expand on a passion that you have. And then see how it feels and where it takes you. Could be the start of something really big. It could be something that becomes really fruitful for you, or you could learn through the process that maybe that's not a direction that you really want to go in life, and you're glad you tried it, but you're gonna lay it down and move on to something else, and just keep trying things. It is really possible for us to pursue any of the things that light us up if we do a little bit of work to create a plan and then take action on it. And eventually, maybe you'll decide that you are ready to design a whole new career for yourself, or just discover what job is actually better suited to you than what you're currently doing. Just remember that as a multi-potentialite, you have great value to the people in your life and to the world around us. So take a moment to recognize that and really feel it inside, in here. You can break free from the narrative that we have been sold for so long. I believe in you. You're here, then that means you're on the right track. If you like this kind of content, then be sure to like and subscribe to my channel because I will be back with more videos just like this one. And in the meantime, give this one a try, and I'll see you again soon. Bye.